married for a month and 13 days.
That's crazy.
Quick math.
I know, Mike. Carry the one. Yeah, we've loved it. We've found a lot of pros and cons between dating, engagement phase, and marriage phase. And I think we can confidently say marriage phase is definitely our favorite. Has the most pros and the least cons.
So this was like the end of fall semester. This is my first
semester.
Yeah, this is my first semester back from my mission. And there's a fly.
Golly.
And so this is my first semester back from my mission, and we just finished, got to the end of the semester, and our friend Paulina, she came up to me in the institute and just started talking to me, and then she introduced me to her friend Talia, and then we just started hanging out a ton, every single day for the last week of finals week until we left for
Christmas break.
Yeah, and the first time that I saw Samara was at a game night. Pau picked me up for the game night, and then went and picked up Samara. So we actually sat in the back seat,
Yeah.
and I remember that she offered me a piece of gum.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't because your breath stunk or anything. I already was bringing a piece of gum for Paulina. She had asked me to bring her a piece of gum, so I was like, sure. So I just had a whole pack, and I just said, does anybody else want some? And he was like, sure, I'll take some. Went to Christmas break and
Did our own
things. And then we came back from Christmas break, and it was the first week of school, and we were all at the institute hanging out. Me and Pau had just gotten out of our institute class, and I was gonna walk her to class, and then I had a free hour, so I was gonna go to the library. And Alex walks into the institute, and Paulina's like, oh my gosh, Pookie, I haven't seen you. I think it was the first time you guys had seen each other since Christmas break.
Oh, okay.
And so she was very excited to see him. And I saw him and I was like, I'm kind of excited too, because I still thought he was cute. I never stopped thinking you're cute. I just knew that obviously something else was going on. And so then I saw you and I was like, oh, I should ask him if he wants to walk Pau to class with me. And so I was just like, hey Alex, do you want to walk with me to take Pau to class, and then I'm going to go to the library and study for an hour? And you were like, sure, I was going to study here, but sure, I'll study with you at the library. So we walked Pau to class and then dropped her off, said goodbye. And as we started walking to the library, it's not that long of a walk, obviously, but I realized, I was like, wait, actually, I don't know this kid. What am I supposed to say? Now that we've dropped off our only, connection. I was like, oh shoot, this is going to be really awkward. But then we just talked, and then got to the library. I don't think we studied hardly at all.
No,
we just talked. And we did that the next Tuesday, because it was the same schedule where I would walk Pau to class and have a free hour to go to the library. So we did it again Thursday. And then right after that is when he had a cruise the second week of school, so he left for a week.
There was me, my brother-in-law, and my younger brother. We all had school and assignments that we needed to get done during the cruise. So
they got Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Which is crucial, because I followed you first, and it took you 4 days to follow me back.
Yeah.
And then when I saw that you followed me, then I messaged you and I said, nice of you to follow me 4 days later or something like that.
I don't get
so
on
I made
Instagram,
a joke. He doesn't get on Instagram.
So.
And he also didn't have service for a lot of it. So I was like, nice of you to follow me back after a week of, I followed you a week ago, 4 or 5 days ago. And then that kind of jump started the conversation. And then from there we started talking every day on Instagram, which again, their family had bought the Wi-Fi because they all had homework in school. So that was very important, because we thought we would probably not be able to text at all. And then from there, one thing just led to another, and it just kind of escalated. And I had hung out with Paulina. We had gone to St. George for the day while he was still on the cruise. And I was hiding from her that I was texting him, because I didn't want her to know, because I was like, that's so awkward. Like, she introduced us, but like neither of us had told her like, hey, like, we like your friend, like, you should set us up. So it was just like kind of embarrassing. And so I was like hiding that I was texting him. I remember we were sitting down, we were at Twisted Noodle in St. George. That doesn't exist anymore. But we were eating our noodles, and she was like, okay, I'm just gonna tell you this, and you can never tell Alex that I told you that I said this, but he, like, because she was like, he'll be like either embarrassed or just like be mad that I told you, but he is planning to ask you on a date when he gets back. Like, he told me he wants to ask you on a date. And that was like such a relief, because I was like, I actually do really like this kid. But obviously there had been like that whole texting situation with the other girl, so I just was not sure like where that was. But then we had been texting, and it had been like pretty flirty, and so I was like, I hope when he comes home we were planning to go on a date, or at least to hang out. But to get that confirmation from her was nice, even though she wasn't supposed to say anything. And then you came home and we hung out like every day. Yeah. After that, we didn't get to go on a date for like probably a month though, because it was the second week it was now the third week of school. So
I was behind.
He had just gotten back from a cruise, so he was a little bit behind. I just had a lot of homework and classes that week, or leading up to midterms, and so we had so much homework. Our first date was not until like almost 3 weeks later. But then after homework, we'd like hang out in his car for another hour and just talk. Actually just talk, because he also had this rule where he didn't kiss a girl until the second date. It had been this like pretty exclusive situationship for like almost a month. We did kiss on the first date. First date was the Institute Formal, the Spring Institute Formal, February 3rd, 2024.
Yeah, I was not on time.
No. The way that it worked was you like ate first, and then it was like the actual dance. And I ate dinner by myself. I like seventh wheeled our group because everybody had their dates and we were eating Costa Vida, and I was just by myself eating with them.
I had the games already scheduled, and we thought that it was gonna work like perfect for me to get back.
But then you ended up having to go. You were like chasing your check.
Yeah, I had to go like 15 minutes back, like towards like Vegas, still in St. George, but I had to go pick up like
the
check at like another field and then leave, and so it just added like 40 minutes to my drive, so I just wasn't.
It was just this whole thing that ended up, and then like he had been sweating all day reffing, so then he had to like race home, shower. So all in all, I think you were less than an hour late for sure, like maybe 45 minutes, but I was alone eating and dancing for the first like 30 minutes of dancing too.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was with my friends, so it was fine. And then we came back to our house and had just played some games with the group we were with. And then we went into my room, and my roommate was gonna talk to this other guy that she was kind of talking to, trying to break things off. Yeah. So we originally went into the room to like give them time to break whatever situationship they were going to be breaking up. But then we were just in there laughing and talking and like kind of listening to their breakup conversation, and then one thing led to another and we were kissing. Mm-hmm. So we became official
like 3 days later.
3 days after our first date. And we kind of had a conversation on that first date, but I had never been asked to be a girlfriend. Like that was my first time having like a real boyfriend, an actual official boyfriend. And so I was waiting for the words, "Will you be my girlfriend?" Because that in my head that's what I was waiting for. So we had actually had a conversation our first date being like,
you kind of told me that you wanted to wait a little bit.
I did?
Yeah, you wanted to like think on things and stuff. So then I did.
I'm playing hard to get.
So I didn't go any like further with like asking you. So like.
But we had a conversation.
I just kind of like let it go.
We'd kind of had a conversation though that was like, this is happening. Like, this is definitely a thing. That date. But then it was 3 days later that he said like, "Will you be my girlfriend?" And it was because I clarified. I was like, I know that we're like dating, obviously, and like we're not dating other people, but like, are we actually like official? Like, am I your girlfriend, basically? And he was like, oh, I thought that we had kind of like already decided that. And I was like, I know, but I was kind of like waiting for the words, like, will you be my girlfriend? Because I've never done this before. And so then he was like, okay, will you be my girlfriend? So that was February 6th. So our anniversary technically is February 6th of dating. Super Bowl Sunday. And we have 2 Super Bowl parties to attend. And the first one, our friend made homemade canes. And Alex got food poisoning from the chicken that we made. He was the only one who got it. I don't know what happened to his piece of chicken, but he got terrible, terrible food poisoning. And he started not feeling super great, like maybe a little bit into like us being at the second party. And it just like progressively got worse from there. Like he was like leaving to go throw up every like 30 minutes, like just had his head down in his hoodie, like, or on my lap. And it was bad, like, but also all of us were there. We all had, I think most of us had like driven together. We were all having a good time except for him. And he, like, I remember you specifically just being like, no, like, it's fine, like, we can stay. Like, I think he just didn't want to be like the party pooper and be like, no, we need to go, like, I don't feel good. And so he just kept saying like, no, it's fine, like, I'll just drink some water and stuff. So we stayed the entire rest of the Super Bowl, and then we're all like hanging around talking to our friends, and he's like, we need to go, like, I need to go home, like, I do not feel good. And I was like, okay. Me being me, I'm still chattering, I still go off like la da da, and he's like, Samara, like, we need to go. So then we leave, and he proceeds to just literally throw up in my bathroom for probably the next like 2 or more hours, like till probably midnight or so. He was just like throwing up in my bathroom, and then he'd come lay back on the couch, and then he'd go back in and throw up. Like, it was so sad. And I just remember, I'm like, I'll spare the rest of the details, but I just remember like feeling so bad. And I was like, I have been dating this kid for like 2 weeks, but I would literally like, I would do anything to take this pain away from him. Like, I just felt so bad and so sad for you. And obviously we know, like, everybody knows how it feels to get like, to be like having a stomach ache and be throwing up. Like, it's literally terrible. Like, I hate throwing up. But in that moment I was like, oh my, I just felt so bad. Like, I was like, I would literally do anything to like me be the one that has food poisoning, or like to make this stop or make this go away. And I had never really felt like that about anyone before. Obviously, like, I had really liked guys before and like gotten pretty close to being official with other people, but I had never, like, I don't know. It was just like this weird, like, I would literally give anything for him to be feeling better right now, and I would do anything to switch places with him and have him be the one feeling good and me be the one that's sick. So that was like the one where I was like, wait, I think I love him. But we had been dating for like 2 weeks, so I was like, okay, this is not real. Like, I need to calm down. I'm definitely getting ahead of myself. So that was probably the first one for me.
The first time that I was like, wow, like, I really want this to go somewhere, like, I really want to marry this girl, was when
He's
we
like,
went
at
to
the proposal.
we went to the temple parking lot, and we had gotten like, we talked about a marriage a lot, and we were only like 2-3 weeks into dating, and so then we were kind of like, okay, wait, this is kind of crazy. Like, we're already talking about something that is like lifelong, and we've known each other for like tops 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
And so we're like, this is kind of crazy. And so Samara asked me, she was like, don't you think it's kind of crazy that like we've been talking about like marriage?
And I was
stuff?
so scared to bring it up. Like, I went dead silent for probably like 5 minutes. Like, I could not get the words out, because I was just like, here's one of two things is gonna happen, or is like he's gonna say like, no, we're not crazy, let's get married so soon, and I would be like, I feel the same way, but like, whoa, that's kind of crazy. Or the other option is you would be like, I do think this is so crazy, like, we should definitely pump the brakes, maybe we should break up. And I definitely did not want that to happen. Like, I didn't want to get married the next month, but I also like did want to marry you. And so I was like so scared that you would like say the opposite and be like, I do think that this is moving too fast. So I it took me probably 5 minutes to build up the courage. So I was silent, literally silent in the car for like 5 minutes. And he was like, babe, like, you need to talk to me. Like, I'm getting so anxious. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm finding the words.
Yeah, she's like, do you think we're moving too fast? And then like went silent again.
Again, I've also
like,
never done this before.
Yeah.
I was like, this is my first like actual boyfriend and relationship. Like, I don't know how, like, this is just how it's been flowing. Like, I literally already feel like I want to marry this guy. There have been many times where I had wanted to say I love you. And I think that there was times where you wanted to say it too. Like, and we would just say like, I really like you or something, you know, to cover it up like everybody does. But like, I knew that I wanted to say that I loved him. But I was just like, this is crazy. Like, and I wasn't even waiting for him to say it first. Like, I'm not that type of person. I will text you first. I did text him first. Like, I very much like showed interest, I would say, first. And so I wasn't waiting for him to say I love you so that I could say I love you. I just was like, I've never done this before, and I don't want to be like getting ahead of myself and then be blindsided and embarrassed when he's like, this is not how
I feel.
This is not, I do not feel the same way. Anyway, sorry.
I definitely did. I definitely felt
So I was
like,
very quiet and
very
anxious.
strong feelings. And so I wanted to be very careful with what I said next, because like she said, if I don't know, if I said something like crazy, I knew she was probably going to be like, okay, yeah, no, I'm freaking out now. Like, this is not what I want. Like, that's too fast, too crazy.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, but I still want this to like work out. So I wasn't going to be like, yeah, no, you're right. We're too fast.
I would have been
slow
heartbroken.
down, and like, we shouldn't be going as fast as we are. So I don't remember exactly what I said, but I basically just said, I don't think it's like too fast.
It just basically went to like, this feels good. Like, we're moving at a good pace. We're moving at a pace for us, and it's fine. Everything's fine. And I was like, okay, good. Because I was tweaking about it.
She was very anxious.
Yeah.
And I could sense that. And like, it was like we had resolved our problem, but it was still just like
something was missing.
Were very like anxious and just like, okay, we've resolved the fact that we still want to date and we still want to like move on at the pace that we're going, but it still feels just like
words were still not said. Like, we still had like, there still just was like not an ending to the conversation. Like, we needed something to wrap it up and tie it with a bow.
So that's when I told her that I loved her, and then that was just kind of a nice way to end the night. And after that, it felt so much better. Like, being able to say those words meant a lot.
Weight off our shoulders, at my shoulders. I was so happy when he said I love you, and I did say it back. From there, it just kind of felt like endgame. I don't even know. I never said I love you to a guy. So for me to say that, I was like pretty serious. After that, May 10th, I got a call from my mom that my dad had suddenly, unexpectedly passed away. Oh, what'd I say? May? March 10th, sorry, a month later. That my dad had unexpectedly passed away. Like, they tried to revive him and he was gone. And I mean, obviously I'm heartbroken, I'm sobbing. I was just beside myself. Like, my dad was not supposed to die. There was no reason for him to die. And I was so sad that night, just hysterical. And Alex stayed with me for like probably 5 hours. I got the news about 7:15 p.m. and he probably stayed with me till 2 in the morning. He might have even slept over. I don't remember like 100%.
I don't think I did that night.
I don't know if he slept over that night, but regardless, he stayed with me till the wee hours of the morning, just holding me and comforting me and getting me whatever I needed. Like, he just like stayed by my side. And mind you, we'd been dating for a month. Like, not even, well, yeah, like we had been dating literally, like we had just hit our month mark like a few days before. And I don't know, like our relationship had already moved pretty fast. Like, again, we kissed the first date, became official like 2 days after the first date, and spent spring break together 2 weeks after that. So like we had moved pretty quickly, but like that was like the determining factor for me that like I wanted to marry this kid, because who goes through that a month into dating and is like that much of a rock for someone? Like, even my roommates who I'd lived with at that point for almost 3 years, like I turned to Alex more than them. And other friends that like I'd known for years, like Alex was like the only person that I wanted to be with me and to hold me and to like take care of me during that time. And I remember like crying and crying that night, obviously because my dad had just passed away. But the thing that kept like sticking into my head the entire time that I was like so sad was that my dad would never, first of all, meet Alex, and second of all, that he would never see me at my wedding marrying Alex. And that thought just like never left me, that like I'm so sad my dad won't be at Alex and I's wedding. And I was like, hey, that's low-key a crazy thought to have a month into dating, because like who knows if we're gonna get married. But I was just like so certain that my dad just would not be able to see me and Alex get married. And so that was when I like officially, I feel like, knew.
Okay, so this was a big event, obviously. I wanted it to be a surprise.
Which is hard to surprise me, because I'm, first of all, very nosy, and second of all, not controlling, but I always know what's going on. And I plan things out very detailed.
So I used the help of our friend Pau, and I made sure to not tell anybody. Even my best man, Joseph, I didn't tell him anything until a week before.
And Talia.
Like literally everyone I told maybe a week before I proposed.
Except for Paulina.
And I think even Talia I only told like 3 days
Yeah,
before.
Talia was like,
I didn't want Talia to just accidentally say something like, I knew she wasn't gonna like give
our
it
friend
away,
group is very tight-knit, and we hung out every single day. So like with the more people that know, obviously it's just bound to slip out. Like, so literally Pau was the only person that knew. Not even like our whole bridal party that ended up being in our bridal party, Pau was the only one out of every single person.
Yeah, so probably a month before proposing, I bought the ring. We did like an online shipped, and that was crazy. And I just like had to keep it all hidden. Samara told me what she wanted and like the size and all those things, because we had looked at that like a couple weeks before. And Samara told me she did not want to get married in the snow. She didn't want red rock.
I didn't want to get proposed to in the snow or married in the snow. I didn't want to get proposed to with like red rock or anything. I just wanted the pictures to look very green, natural with my skin tone.
So this was like October-ish that I bought the ring, I think. Yeah, October I bought the ring. So we were kind of running out of time, because like once it hits November, even October it can snow, but luckily we didn't get a ton of snow. But yeah, we were kind of racing against the clock. So I bought the ring.
And he told me that he bought it. I finally got it out of him, because I was getting anxious, and I was like, you need to at least buy it. Like, I do not care when you propose to me, but you have to buy it at least. And so he told me that he bought it. He just wouldn't tell me when, so that I wasn't suspicious.
Like, I bought it. I'm not going to tell you when, but I bought the ring, and like, hopefully it'll come in time.
And that's the day that it came. The day that he told me he bought it was the day that it came.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, he at least bought it. But I was thinking like maybe a few days ago, so we're like maybe a month out. Because it also had said, like, we had looked at it and it said 2 to 4 weeks of shipping. So I'm like, okay, we're a month out.
Well, it said like it should be.
It said like 4 to 6.
Weeks,
4 to 6,
so
yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm not gonna get this until like mid-November.
So it actually did come extremely early, and he was shocked too.
It came in 2 weeks, and then I was like, oh, okay,
all right, I guess we're doing
we can do this. Like, cool. And so then just like a few days later, I had my mom. They were down south for something in St. George, because I'm from Kaysville, so. My mom's a wedding planner, so she has a bunch of things for like proposals, weddings, like you name it, she has it. So I used her help. They came up north and helped me set everything up it was November 3rd. And this was in like the T-Bird Gardens. And I had another spot picked out earlier, but this was like the backup spot that I had like Joseph and Heber go and find because it had snowed
that day. So we were driving back from Vegas. We had gone to see a hockey game, and we're driving back, and he's like on his phone the whole drive, and I was getting a little bit upset because I was like, we're driving with all of our friends, like put your phone away, let's chat, like we're on a road trip. And I was like, put your phone away. And so I was like, is it urgent? Like, who are you texting? And he's like, no, it's not urgent. Come to find out, he's texting Joseph and Heber because they went up to the spot to go get stuff set up, and they're like, there's like 8 inches of snow. Like, well, this will not work. She will be so pissed if she has to trud through snow and then gets proposed to in the snow. So had to veto that. So yeah, Thunderbird Gardens, ended up being the spot that didn't have as much snow.
And it was kind of cold, but it worked. It was good. There was no snow there, and we found a cool little spot and set everything up. And then it was just the game of trying to get Samara there without suspecting anything. So we had done this whole planning
a difficult
of like,
task.
we're gonna take pictures, and it was a friend of a friend that was like asking our friend group to take pictures, and then we had all the guys bail out, which was very typical for our friend group.
Yeah. So then
it's just the girls.
So it ended up just being just a girls' photo shoot. All the guys bailed, and I was like, whatever. But it's like kind of snowing a little bit. It's freezing. It's really windy. And I was like, how am I? Like, I was freaking out. I was like, how am I the only girl that doesn't want to cancel this photo shoot? Like, everybody is so gung ho about this dumb photo shoot, and it's snowing. It's freezing, and I'm like, none of us are gonna like these pictures. I don't know why I'm the only person who's being reasonable and logical and being like, we should reschedule when it's warmer or when we have like just a better day. Like, because we had just driven back from Vegas that morning. I was like, it was hectic. Like, we were at church, we were trying to eat. It was Fast Sunday. I'm hangry. Like,
she's hungry, yeah.
Just like a terrible day to do this photo shoot. And I was like, how am I the only person? And I still, like, I was suspicious as to why I was the only person that didn't want to cancel. But again, I never thought that it would be the proposal. So we finally get to the spot. We're taking all of our girl pictures, and then the photographer's like, we're just gonna go up and around this bend really quick, like there's one more spot I want to go to. And I'm like, okay, period, like let's go. So I start climbing up this hill. Everybody's like so far behind me, and I was like, again, why am I the only one that wants to like get these photos taken, wrapped up with? Everybody's like trailing behind, going so slow. So I'm like, whatever. At this point I'm like low-key getting pissed. I'm like, what is happening? Still, absolutely no clue. I get to the top of this hill, and I look down, and I see this arch, blankets, like a whole setup, pictures, and I see a man standing there, and I like quickly was like, oh shoot, like someone's getting proposed to, like we have to turn around. So I turn around, and then I like double take, and I realize it's Alex, and I was floored. Like, I was like, oh my gosh. And so then I realized that's why everybody's trailing behind. Nobody will cancel this dang photo shoot. Like, and yeah, so then I saw him, and I come bounding down the mountain, ran to him, and then
I had flowers and petals to lead her like down an easier way, but it was a little windy, so
again,
all the petals
stubborn
flew away.
And they said, no, go this way. Didn't listen, stubborn, walked straight up a hill, and then came bounding down it to him. I was supposed to go around like a pathway where the petals were, but again, just stubborn. Didn't listen. And
I even tried to tell you, like, go
you were like,
way,
go
but
this
then
way.
I was like, no, it's
you're like, go this way.
It's
I'm running down the mountain.
Yeah.
So yeah, then he proposed to me. It was the best day ever.
Almost the best day.
Almost the best day. Wedding day was. Love you.
I love you too.